Alright guys, I'm back, and yeah, in the last episode we got Sten's sword back, and we also dealt with the assassins that Logain hired after us. And we basically took one of the assassins as our hostage, but we gave him kind of a free range in our party. We can actually use him as an extra rogue in our party if we want to. But anyway, since I'm at the party camp, I might as well talk to my companions to gain some approval with them, and also reveal more about their pasts. I'd like to ask you something.
So, full of questions, are you?
Is really Flemeth what she seems to be?
Well, that depends, does it not? What does she seem to be?
A nutty old bat?
Sometimes I do wonder the very same thing. Tell me, how much do you know of the tale? The one that the chastened still tell of my mother, to frighten them into obedience.
I'm more interested in the truth.
I can relay what Flemeth once told me herself, and you can decide whether or not 'tis the truth, if you desire.
That sounds interesting.
As the tale is sung by the bards, there was a time when Flemeth was young and beautiful, a fair lass in a land of barbarian men, the desire of any who saw her.
Just how long ago was this? Or is this?
Many centuries, before this land was even named Ferelden. The tales say that Flemeth fell in love with Osen the bard, and fled the castle of her husband, the dread Lord Conabar, and that he swore vengeance for her infidelity. In truth, my mother claims that 'twas Osen who was her husband, and Conabar the jealous lord who looked on from afar. Lord Conabar approached young Osen and offered him wealth and power in exchange for his lovely wife, and Osen agreed.
Seems like a fair deal.
Aye, it was. 'Twas Flemeth who suggested the arrangement in the first place. All would have been well had Lord Conabar kept his end of the bargain. But he was a foul man who bargained with coin he did not possess. Osen was led off to a field and slain, left for dead. Flemeth spoke to the spirits and learned of the deed, and swore revenge.
What should I say? I wonder if Morgan gets offended if I choose this one. Or if I choose this one. This seems like a neutral choice. But I'm gonna pick 3. So she truly loved Osen then.
That was not the point. Conabar had no honor, so she would not have him. Flemeth begged the spirits to aid her, and 'twas they who slew Conabar. The demon the legend tells of came later. Lord Conabar's allies chased Flemeth, you see. Chased her to the wilds, and there she hid. There she found the demon, and he made her strong. The legends all speak of the great hero Cormac, he who defeated Flemeth and her great army when she invaded the lowlands centuries later. All lies.
Cormac is a revered hero, I understand.
The truth of the matter is that there was never an invasion. As Flemeth tells it, the Chastened never raised an army under her banner, and she never fought with any warrior named Cormac. Cormac led a brutal civil war against his own people, and later claimed it was to vanquish evil that had taken root amongst the lords. Thus, he was hailed a hero. Flemeth was only attached to the legend much later. Perhaps 'twas due to the great war with the Chastened that eventually came, but Mother claims not to know how it began.
The legend tells of Flemeth having many daughters.
You ask if I have sisters? I have asked of this myself. The stories tell of many witches of the wilds after all, not just the one. And these tales existed long before I did. Flemeth refuses to speak of other daughters, if they existed. So, should I believe I am her first? I doubt that too.
Why would she refuse to speak of them?
The Chastened tell of a falling out between Flemeth and her daughters. They say that one day she hunted them all through the wilds and ate their hearts. It may be true. I have never seen another witch or heard of one. Perhaps one day Flemeth will eat my heart as well.
How is it that Flemeth has survived for so long?
The demon within her has transformed her into something else. An abomination, perhaps some would say. I know not. I only know my mother is clever, and she is part of the wilds as it is part of her. But she is no immortal. She bleeds. A blade in her heart would kill her like any other, were it lucky enough to find her.
Aren't abominations usually insane horrors?
How often is this usually? Always? If not always, then when is it not true? There are more things in this world and the next than you or I could ever hope to understand. What Flemeth became is a mystery. I suspect, even to her.
Do you believe her version?
I do not believe everything that Flemeth claims. Oft it seems her bitterness has colored her memories. But on the whole, yes, I believe this tale, if not all.
An interesting story, thank you.
Flemeth tells it with far more embellishment than I, but you are welcome. Dare I ask of your own mother? Few are abominations of legend, 'tis true, but I find myself curious nevertheless.
My mother died. Recently, in fact.
Ah, then you have my sympathies for what it is worth. Which is very little, I am certain. It matters not. Let us move on.
Alright, 7 approval. So Morrigan is now at 50. Yep. Alright. Now let's talk to Sten again, even though I'm pretty much almost done with all the...
I have been mistaken.
Oh, never mind. What do you mean?
You are a soldier worthy to stand among the Beresad. I did not think so when we first met.
What changed your mind?
You did, of course. The day will come when the Arishok sends us here. On that day I will not look to find you on the battlefield.
You think the Kunari will invade Ferelden?
In time.
There is no point in dwelling on it. We should move on.
I wanted to discuss something you mentioned.
Speak then.
That's enough for now.
I suggest we move on.
What were you doing in that cage?
Does it matter? Very well. I caged myself. A weak mind is a deadly foe, as you are no doubt aware.
Exactly what happened?
I told you before that I was sent here. I was not sent alone. I came to your lands with 7 of the Beresad, my brothers, to seek answers about the Blight. We made our way across the Ferelden countryside without incident, seeing nothing of the threat we were sent to observe. Until the night we camped by Lake Calenhad. They came from everywhere. The earth beneath our feet, the air above us. Our own shadows harbored the darkspawn. I saw the last of the creatures cut down, too late. I fell.
Oh, he's now talking about how he basically lost his sword. And how he how he lost his sword. That sounds like what happened to me at Ostagar.
I heard the stories of...
Wait a minute, have I already
Orchids stood their ground
asked
when others
about this?
fled. No one can do more than that. I don't know how long I lay on the battlefield among the dead.
I think I've
Nor do
already...
I know how the farmers found me. I only know that when I woke,
Oh,
I was
now
no
I
longer
remember.
among my brothers.
We've already talked
And
about
my
this.
sword was gone from my
What did you
hand.
do?
I searched for it, and when that failed, I asked my rescuers what had become of it.
Did the farmers know where it was?
They said they found me with nothing.
Did you believe them?
I did. I knew they didn't have the blade. They had no reason to lie to me. I panicked. Unthinking, I struck them down.
That's terrible.
I know I cannot justify what I have done. My honor is forfeit.
That sword was made. Even if they would know me as
Yeah, I
soulless,
know about
a
this.
deserter. No soldier would cast aside his blade while he drew breath.
Couldn't you search for it?
If I knew where to look, it would be in
Well, you already have it. Where did you fight the darkspawn?
near Lake Callan had.
Don't worry, we'll find it.
Perhaps those...
We still got approval for him. Well, now he's at 100. But we have the sword already. That's weird.
Something on your mind?
I have some questions.
Of course.
Why have you... Oh, what can a Templar do exactly? I'm gonna ask about the Templars.
Essentially, they're trained to fight. The Chantry would tell you that the Templars exist simply to defend. But don't let them fool you. They're an army. The other main purpose for a Templar is, of course, to hunt mages. To that end, we train in talents that drain mana and disrupt spells.
Seems like the Templars could run the Chantry.
You'd think that, but it's not so. The Chantry keeps a close rein on its Templars. We are given lyrium to help develop our magical talents, you see. Which means we become addicted. And since the Chantry controls the lyrium trade with the dwarves, well, I'm sure you can put two and two together.
That's horrible. I can't believe they would do that.
Well, they do it, and they feel perfectly justified. You don't need lyrium in order to learn the Templar talents. Lyrium just makes Templars' talents more effective, or so I was told. Maybe it doesn't even do that. The Chantry usually doesn't let their Templars get away either, so they can spread their secrets. I'm a bit of an exception. Lucky me.
Alright, so we got one approval for Alistair. You can unlock the Templar specialization from Alistair. When you talk to him. Where is it? There. These are all the specializations that you can take. And these carry over to your other playthroughs. So if you have unlocked them in another playthrough, they will carry over to your new character. So as you can see, since I've played this game multiple times before, I have already unlocked all of the specializations. But if you talk to Alistair and ask him, and you're a warrior, and you ask him about the Templars and all that, he will unlock the Templar specialization for you, and you can then pick it up. I will, and when comes the time, I will also tell where you can get the other specializations as well. But you can get it from Alistair. And as for mages, you can basically get the Shape Changer specialization from Morrigan, you can get the Spirit Healer specialization from Wynne, I believe, and you can get the Bard specialization from Liliana, and the Assassin specialization from Several. But now I'll talk to Liliana.
Something I can help with?
I'd like to talk about you. Oh, I'd like to talk to you about something. There we go.
Yes? What's on your mind?
Why did you decide to come to Ferelden?
My mother was from Denerim, and I consider myself a Ferelden. Mother served an Orlesian noblewoman who lived here when Orlais ruled. When Orlais was defeated and the common folk began to resent the presence of any Orlesian, the lady returned to Orlais. She took my mother with her. I was born in Orlais and did not set foot in Ferelden till much later. Mother was always telling me stories of her homeland. I think she missed it.
Was she not happy? Why did she leave Ferelden then?
She had served Cecily, the Lady Cecily, for many years and was loyal to her. Cecily was a good person. She was always kind to me. Mother died when I was very young. Lady Cecily let me stay with her. I had no one else. She was quite old then, and she had me study music and dance to entertain her. It is unfair that I have more memories of Cecily than my mother.
What was Cecilie like?
She was an elderly lady, very refined and proper. She had impeccable manners and taste, more so than a lot of Orlesian ladies. Cecilie was also kind. My mother was unmarried and with child. It was scandalous, and Cecilie had every right to turn my mother out. She didn't. Strangely, the only thing I really remember of Mother was her scent. She kept dried flowers in her closet amongst her clothes. Small white Ferelden wildflowers with a sweet fragrance. Mother called them Andraste.
Ah, the flowers.
They were very rare in Orlais. But enough about that. Let us move on.
That reminds me, I do have a flower for you. Andraste's Grace. There. I completely forgot to give it to you. Here you go, Liliana.
Flowers? Thank you. They're very pretty.
These are your mother's flowers, aren't they?
These were her favorite. I haven't seen these in such a long time. They smell just like Mother used to. Thank you. Thank you so much for remembering.
I wonder if you get more approval if you give the flowers to her after you've asked about her mother. I don't know. Let's talk to Win.
Have you encountered many abominations, apart from the ones in the Circle Tower?
Well, there was Connor.
Ah, yes, Connor, of course. The first time I saw an abomination, my blood turned to ice. It was months before the nightmares stopped. It was the knowledge that I could easily become one of them that frightened me the most.
But it is this knowledge that drives you to be cautious.
One slip. All it takes is one slip, and everything you are is simply gone. Replaced by madness. And there is no turning back. Or at least that's what they say.
You have doubts?
Of late, I have begun to wonder if there is any way an abomination...
Well, we kinda already cured an abomination.
Or if a mage could be so possessed and still retain their sanity, their humanity.
But yeah, Connor was special case. Now normally you can't cure abomination, there's no way. But in Connor's case, what Irving said when we asked his help, he said that abomination can only be cured if the mage that contacted the demon did it willingly, that he wanted it to happen. Now normally abominations become when mages panic or they see no other way and then they make a deal with a demon. Now let's... okay, so... like in Uldred's case, Uldred panicked and that's what made him consult with the Bride Demon. Okay, so if one retains... we cannot let them simply because... this is questionable. One's humanity. Well, that's debatable, I believe. That's not good. Why do you care? Well, let's pick the first one. If one retains one's humanity, one is not an abomination. I don't agree. I personally don't agree with that. But we wanna get some approval for Win, so hopefully this works.
Yes, it is madness and cruelty that define abominations. If those are lacking,
well, okay, if you think like that.
Then they are not an abomination. I never saw that. Thank you for showing me another way of looking at it.
So we gained one, I guess. The reason why I don't think that if one retains his humanity, then he's not an abomination. But if one is possessed by a demon, and the demon controls you, then how can you retain your humanity if demon is driving you? You are no longer a human, you are just a demon. And I don't care if the demon is a good demon, still you are not human anymore. Okay, to answer some questions.
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
Now what does it take to become an assassin? This is basically how to unlock the rogue, the assassin specialization. Why did you want to leave the crows exactly?
Well now, I imagine that's a very fair question. Being an assassin after all is a living, at least as far as such things go. I was simply never given the opportunity to choose another way. So if that choice presents itself, why should I not seize upon it?
You didn't choose to join the crows?
To be truthful, I didn't even know the crows existed when I joined them. I was but a boy of 7 when I was purchased. For 3 sovereigns, I'm told. Which is a good price, considering I was all ribs and bone and didn't know the pommel of a dagger from the pointy end. The crows buy all their assassins that way. Buy them young, raise them to know nothing else but murder. And if you do poorly in your training, you die.
That sounds awful.
Oh, I don't know about that. The crows who are actually good enough to survive come to enjoy some of the benefits. In Antiva, being a crow gets you respect. It gets you wealth. Gets you women. And men. Or whatever it is you might fancy. But that does not mean doing what is expected of you always. And it means being expendable. It's a cage, if a gilded cage. Pretty, but confining.
I think I understand.
As for what I'll do in the future, presuming that there is one, I truly can't imagine. It might be interesting to go into business for myself, for a change. Far away from Antiva, of course. For now, naturally, I go where you go.
I'm happy to have you along. That's weird because he's basically my prisoner and then saying this is pretty contradicting, but yeah, let's get some approval for Zevran. I'm happy to have you along.
And here I am, happy to be had. Isn't it wonderful how things work out that way?
Yeah, for sure.
Enough chit-chat. Talking about the crows summons them, you know. Any Antivan fishwife could tell you so.
Nice, 8 approval for Zevran. Anyway, I could as well give him some gear as well. He's got hardened leather gear already, which is pretty good. He has long sword main hand. I don't think I like having swords as weapons for a dual wielding rogue. I want to give him the... Then again, a long sword has better damage than a dagger. Now daggers would work for a warrior because of the attack speed, but not for a rogue because of backstab. Because how backstab works in this game, rogue only hits, when rogue is backstabbing, he only hits with his main weapon. So the more damage a rogue has in his main weapon, the more damage the backstab will deal. But anyway, this silverite dagger is still better than the longsword he's using because of the +5 damage. So I'm gonna give that to him, and also I have this Beastman's dagger, so I'm gonna give it to... Well, the crow... Well, it's... yeah. 10% critical backstab damage. I wonder if it affects... If the stat boost affects the main hand as well. Let's see if there's any other gear we can give him. The armor amulet is alright. Let's give him the iced band as well. Do I have any helmets for you? No, I don't. I can't level him up also. I'm gonna talk to Goldanna and sell the dagger.
If there's anything I can do, I'm sure.
There we go. I'm also gonna sell the longsword. I had this as well. I might actually use it once I reach Brazilian forest. Now there are some hats here that I can purchase, but I need the gold. I need the gold for now. Because there's a side quest. There's a side quest in the game that checks your gold, and you need to have a certain amount of gold to complete that side quest. So I'm gonna save all my money for now. I don't wanna fail that quest. I'm gonna sell these though. I'm gonna save the topaz. Alright, at least... Alright, I should probably just give gifts to my party members too. So, Alistair, you like the runestone, right?
Is that for me?
Yep. Also, Alistair's mother's amulet.
This is my mother's amulet. It has to be. But why isn't it broken? Where did you find it?
I found it in Redcliffe Castle, in the study.
Oh, the Jarl's study? Then he must have found the amulet after I threw it at the wall. And he repaired it and kept it. I don't understand. Why would he do that?
Perhaps you mean more to him than you think.
I guess you could be right. We never really talked that much. And then the way I left... Thank you. I mean it. I thought I'd lost this to my own stupidity. I'll need to talk to him about this if he recovers from his... When he recovers, that is. I wish I'd had this a long time ago. Did you remember me mentioning it? Wow. I'm more used to people not really listening when I go on about things.
You're a friend. Of course I remembered.
I don't know what to say. I'm honored. Thanks again.
Nice. Alistair likes us a bit more. Now, other gifts. So... Silver Sword of Mercy. Well, the shoes are for Leliana. But I'm gonna hang on to those for now, because Leliana is gonna talk about shoes, and I'm gonna give the shoes to her once she talks about them. The silver chain. Alright, the gold bar I'm gonna give it to Sevran, because he likes gold bars and silver bars and all that stuff. So there you go.
I shall treasure it.
Yep,
Thank
10 approval for Sevran. And the Rose of Olray. That's a book, and it's about Orlais, so I think that Leliana would like that. Also, the Silver Sword of Mercy is related to Andraste as well, so it might be gifts for Leliana, so I'm gonna try. If it's not, I'm gonna just reload.
Oh, how
It
dear
was
of you.
nice.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, the rest I'm gonna hold on for now. I have some rooms. Do I have development rooms? No, I don't. Can you use... Okay, can I level up you? How much dexterity do you actually need to use the Dragon Thorn bow? There you go. Level 12. How much cunning do I have? Well, that's enough. Actually, no. Song of Courage. What does this do? Bonus to the attack, damage and critical strike. Okay. So... Scatter shot is great. Suppressing fire sounds good against bosses. Master Archer also. I'm gonna go for... I'm gonna take... fuck. I'm Well, I need arrow slaying too, so I might as well go for that. Can Leliana now use the Dragon Thorn bow? Yeah, no, you still can't. You need 34 dexterity. Alright, so yeah, what's next? Alright, we have to do this. Find the Urn of Sacred Ashes. So first we have to locate the Chantry Scholar, Brother Genevieve in Denerim. So next stop finally is gonna be Denerim, but first I'm gonna talk to Doggy.
Yes, it is good to have my sword at my side again. I call her Asala, the soul, my soul. She is forged from rare blue steel and has served me faithfully for many years. Yes, you understand what it is like to have a weapon that is part of you. Few others do.
Alright. So, who to bring to Denerim? I'm gonna bring Zevran, Alistair, and let's bring Morrigan too, why not? Or maybe Leliane.
Indeed.
Yeah. Because I'm playing with a warrior, it also gives me certain freedoms to with my party members. I don't really need any healers or front line, because I am the front line and I'm also pretty sturdy. Now all the way to Denerim. Alright, there's these side quests. I have to do these too. Okay, random event. I mean, never mind, a cutscene. Denerim.
Sire, I have more news. Yes. Well, it seems that the fighting has gone
Enough.
exactly as you...
I would like to know what you intend to accomplish, Father. Should we not be fighting the Darkspawn instead of each other?
The nobility should be brought into line and then the Darkspawn defeated. This is no true blight, Honora. Only Kaelin's vanity demanded it be so.
Beg pardon, sire. But blight or no, we may not have the manpower to face the Darkspawn soon.
Kaelin approached your legions for support, did he
Never!
not?
Marek and I drove those bastards out! We'll not roll out the welcome for them now.
We need help, Father. We cannot deal with this crisis alone.
Ferelden will stand on its own. I will lead it through this, Honora. You must have faith in me.
Did you kill Kaelin?
Kaelin's death was his own doing.
Okay. So another ambush. Alright.
Go on then.
Zevran, what can you do? You have double swing, flurry, momentum as well. Mark of the Assassin, deadly strike, poison making, yeah, okay. Alright, who are you?
Rough travels out here, eh? We even saw Darkspawn on the way in.
Darkspawn, you don't say.
Right, Darkspawn. We killed a whole band of them on the way up from Lothering. We're delivering a message to the Chantry in Denerim. You?
What's the message about? What's the message about?
We saw a blood mage down near the Brazilian forest. We're off to tell the Chantry about him.
What is this? Is it a part of some quest? Should I stop him? Wait a minute. I'm here to stop you. Let's...
I thought you said... Wait, You're serious?
Absolutely. Turn around now and just go home.
Hey, no need to get pushy. We were just in it for the experience.
What did I do? Ah, okay. Careless accusations. Ah, okay. I almost fucked up by letting them go. I don't like blood mages. But of course, how would those guys know how to distinct a blood mage from a regular mage? Well, luckily we didn't have to kill them. Probably I should have killed them. They might have given me some loot. So here we are in Denerim. Sarah? Who is she? What quest is she part of? I'm gonna talk to her.
So I imagine it has been some time for you, Liliana.
Some time for me? I do not know what you mean.
Some time since you last knocked boots, shall we say? You did just come from the cloistered life, no?
Of course it has been some time. There are more important things in life than knocking boots, Zevran.
Oh, I'll not argue that. I simply mean that the body has urges. Urges given to us by the Maker. Yours must be considerable after all that time.
That is a very personal question.
I mean no offense. I simply offer my services should you ever feel the need for release.
Let me think about it then. Should every man in Ferelden suddenly die, you may even have your chance.
Haha, progress.
Good day.
Alright, she had nothing for us.
Magic exists to serve man and never to rule over him. Foul and corrupt are they who have taken his gift and turned it against his children.
They shall be named Maleficar, accursed ones. They shall find no rest.
The one who repents, who has faith unshaken by the darkness of the world, and roasts not, nor gloats over the misfortunes of the weak, but takes delight in the Maker's law and creations.
Boasts. It's boasts, sister, not roast.
She shall know the peace of the Maker's benediction.
Peace.
The light
I bet
shall lead her
it's
safely
peace.
through the paths of
As in
this
CE.
world and into the next.
Peace, sister, peace. She shall know the peace of the Maker's benediction.
The veil holds no uncertainty for her, and she will know
Bacon.
no fear of death. For the Maker shall be her bacon and her
Beacon,
shield,
not bacon.
her foundation and her...
There's no veal in the chant. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you?
I liked her version of the chant better.
Me too. I wonder why nobody ever taught me her version of the chant when I was a Templar.
Oh, hello, dear. Can we help you?
What she means is, in Andraste's name, be welcome.
Stop correcting me! What would Andraste do? That's what you should be concerned with, I say. Andraste was no fuss budget.
What are you doing?
Praying for the good people of Denerim who've lost loved ones at Ostagar. It's usual to recite a stanza from Transfigurations when you pray for the departed.
It's usual to recite the stanza correctly.
But that's what I said.
I don't remember the chant having any passages about bacon.
Andraste, deliver us. If her grace were to hear this...
I wouldn't mess up the words if you wouldn't keep interrupting me. Grand Cleric Elomena understands the importance of concentration, you know.
Her grace, may the Maker bless her heart, lost her hearing 20 years ago. If she doesn't catch your blasphemous mistakes, it's because she didn't hear them.
Can you tell me about the chant?
Tell you about the chant? What? As if it's a cake you might buy? Well, it's done enough, but a little too much nutmeg for my taste.
Sister, instructing the ignorant is a sacred duty.
Ignorant?
Fine, then. What do you want to know?
What does the chant say about Darkspawn?
Oh, there are some very stirring canticles about doom and wrath.
Darkspawn were created by mankind's second sin, pride. Arrogance became a great caged beast in the lands of Tevinter, an emptiness that consumed all and could never be filled. To satisfy its hunger, the Mage Lords assaulted the Golden City, heart of all creation, to take the Maker's power for themselves.
Why does no one ever sing the good stanzas during chantry services anymore? They speak them. It's called the chant of light, not the speech of light.
Sister, would you kindly stop messing up the chant?
See how you like being interrupted.
Well, you get the general idea, I'm sure.
What was that verse you were reciting just now?
It's the 10th stanza from the Transfigurations. Lovely canticle, that one. Oh, you should have heard Brother Caedmon sing it, though.
See, he sang it well, I take it.
He had a voice like a bucket full of toads. Revered Mother Boanne, bless her heart, always said, if we had more voices like his, the Maker couldn't fail to take note of us.
What happened to him?
It was tragic, really. Such a surprise.
We don't speak of that.
He died?
He was in charge of the Lyrium storehouse. It wasn't good for him, you see.
He went mad, probably.
His clothes in the middle of the chant one summer day and ran into the street. He tripped and fell into the vat of elderberry wine for the feast and drowned. We were 6 days drying him out for his cremation. He looked like a pickled egg. So
Ooh. Never mind.
it is almost mealtime, isn't it?
Blessings of the Maker and of Andraste, his bride, upon you.
So yeah, like Alistair said when we asked about the Templars, Lyrium, when exposed to Lyrium for long amounts of time, it can slowly drive the user mad. Chanter's board. More quests. Back alley justice. Missing in action. Fossil sextant. Logan's bush. Yeah.
The deep dark before dawn's first light seems eternal. But know that the sun...
In the name of Andraste, bride of the Maker, be welcome in this house. While the cathedral is closed, if you need to make wedding or funeral arrangements, you'll have to talk to Sister Olma.
Did someone die? I remember a funeral.
King Kaelin died, remember? Along with most of the army at Ostagar? Maker guide them all.
Why is the cathedral closed?
That which you fear, living in the shadow of death alone, I have seen it is only a cloud passing before the sun.
The death toll at Ostagar was staggering. We've had a funeral every day for a lost son or daughter of Denerim, and we've many more yet to hold.
What's wrong with your friend?
Are they singing the chant now? It's a funeral, isn't it?
He should have retired to Val Royeaux years ago, but he wanted to stay and serve the remainder of his days in his homeland. It's the Lyrium that does this.
Lyrium did this to him? Why doesn't he stop taking it?
He wouldn't be a Templar anymore.
Blessed are they who stand before the corrupt and the wicked, and do not falter.
He doesn't forget who he is, even if he can't remember anything else.
I'll come back later.
May the light of the Maker guide your steps.
So yeah, as you can see, the Lyrium that the Templars take in order to fight the mages addles their brain long term.
A little something extra for friendship.
Nice. So we got some gold for completing the quest for this guy. Scrolls of Banastor, we've actually got some of those already. Hooded courier. Alright, we were supposed to give the hooded courier some letters, I believe. All over Denerim. Here you go.
My client appreciates your generosity.
Alright, there's Sergeant Kylon, some guy.
You here to report another crime? I swear we should just cordon off the entire district. Oh, can I help you, Warden?
Oh, he knows I'm a warden, even though Logain basically wants us all dead. How do you know who I am?
Your likeness was passed around to the senior guardsman at the palace. I must say, the sketch didn't do you much justice. Don't worry, even if I believed the official story of what happened at Ostagar, I'm no fool. If I asked my men to apprehend you, they'd all run and cry big sobby tears in their courtesans' bosoms and leave me all alone to be skewered. Don't disturb the peace in the market, and that's well enough for me.
Is the market district really that bad?
The lower market isn't deemed important by the captain of the guard, even less with Al Howe in charge. So when I finally get the new men I request, I get the delightful surprise of discovering their Lord Such-and-Such's illegitimate, untrained, moronic whelps. But lords keep sending me more of them. It's decent pay, no expectations, a uniform. So I have a legion of bastards to protect the market from pickpockets, stabbings, and whatnot, and Al Howe's specially picked men are the worst of the lot.
The Arl and I have a rich history. Tell me about these men.
With the bastards, I just have to worry about dicing, the odd bit of drool, or yelling at them too loudly and hurting their poor feelings, and then getting chewed out by their noble fathers. But I swear, the Arl's men are more criminal than the miscreants we occasionally arrest. Some of them are the criminals we have to arrest. So if your lifeblood isn't draining in the gutters as we speak, don't bother reporting it.
Actually, do you need any help?
What? You're serious? I mean, yes, I could use help. I've got a pretty popular establishment that's crawling with mercenaries. If I send my boys in, someone might get, maker forbid, hurt, and I'll have to explain to their noble fathers that being a guard is actually dangerous.
What do you need me to do? Oh, what's the pay?
Do a good job and I'll see you get some silver in your pockets, maybe even some gold.
What do you need me to do?
The name of the whorehouse is the Pearl. Beat down any mercenaries that are out of line and send them a message. I said beat down, not kill. Let me make that really clear. Not on fire, or exploded, or make a nose, whatever type of grisly death you can dream up. Sorry. Used to giving orders to my boys. Just leave them breathing and I'll be happy.
Sign me up, Sergeant.
Thank you, Warden. Happy hunting.
Nice, more side quests.
They say you can get anything here. I once got pickpocketed.
Alright, so let's... Can you open that? Yes, you can. Great sword Viridium. Nice. Let's talk to people here. Habren.
It's so nice to be in civilization. You can't buy Orlesian silks anywhere in Southreach.
That's weird. Glitch. Graphical glitch.
If you have coin, welcome to our shop. If not, move along. Too many refugees blocking customers.
I'm no refugee. I'm not a refugee.
I didn't think so, sir. Too much flesh on the bones. You walk tall, proud, not hunched. Sad times in Ferelden.
Have anything for sale?
Oh, yes.
So this guy sells poison recipes. Probably should buy them. Saw sword. Nothing else. He had a special stock as well. Know anything special about Denerim?
Better trade cities to the north, but plenty good trade here. Now with war and blight, business is bad.
Well, usually war makes better business. Let's talk to this guy.
Another visitor, the Maestro. Enjoy browsing my wares.
Who are you?
Master Trader Ignacio, at your service, good sir. My cousin.
Why is his clothes glitching all over the place?
Seaways. We have furniture, silks, carvings, and much more. Caesar handles the trade stock. I handle other affairs.
What affairs are those?
Business deals, meetings. Caesar makes it so I am free of the day-to-day concerns of our store.
You aren't from Ferelden, are you?
No, I am not. I am a trader at heart. My home is the road. But I was born past the waking sea in Antiva. It has been many, many years since I have seen her. But the road is a better mistress than my home city ever was.
What do you mean?
On the docks of Rialto, life is cheap. As cheap as the dockside ale and the soiled horse. You can live a longer life out here. And a wise man can make a comfortable fortune in time.
With the Blight, Ferelden isn't exactly safe either.
Straightforward, predictable danger is refreshing to me. Any moment in Rialto the streets can run red, and often do. I'd take Darkspawn any day. At least you can see them coming.
Do you need any help?
No. Not yet. Perhaps one day.
What stories do you have of Antiva?
It has been many, many years since I have seen her. But the road is a better mistress than my home city ever was.
Farewell.
Luck be to you, Warden.
I'm gonna check out his store.
You've returned, Warden.
I never said I was a warden.
I heard it in passing. It is said there are few secrets in the market.
You're hiding something.
Aren't we all? I mean you no harm. That should be enough. I'm afraid my appetite for conversation has waned.
Pardon, I meant no offense.
We can talk more later. You've returned, Warden.
Yeah, I wanna farewell.
Luck.
I wanted to see what was in his stock, but I guess he doesn't have anything. Sir Landry.
I recognize you. From Ostagar. Andraste's blood. You're a Grey Warden. Duncan's apprentice.
Shit.
You killed my friend. And good King Kalen. I demand satisfaction, sir.
Oh shit. Look at our voice or silenced permanent. Satisfaction?
An uncommon traitor deserves no common death. We will meet on the field of honor, and my blade shall see justice done. Meet me in the back alley behind the Nord Noble Tavern. There we will duel.
Me? A Grey Warden? You must be mistaken.
Pardon me, sir. You must think I'm a fool. You really do look like... too much ale. Yes, too much. Excuse me.
Yeah, I really did want to fight him, even though he's no problem for us.
Crafts. Fine dwarven crafts. Direct from Orzammar. You won't find better.
Oh, can't open this one. Alright.
I'll do it.
Can open this one though. Flayed the Apprentice. Who are you?
What is it? I have work to do.
Lots of graphical glitches here and Denerim. I have a note here from your master.
What does it say? I knew this would happen. Just when I was starting to get good. Well, thanks, I guess.
Where's this guy?
Good day. The market is busy, is it not? Come, rest here. I have the finest selection of flowers and Orlesian scented oils in all of Denerim. For a lady friend, perhaps? Roses can open any woman's heart, you know.
Where are you from?
I am from Orlais. You've heard of us, no? Your Denerim is a fine city, but I miss my Valroyo. She's quite beautiful this time of year.
Tell me about Valroyo.
What I miss most are the clothes. The avenue of flowers this time of year has so many colors. And the skirts. Fine wools, cloths. Many only the noble-born can afford. Ferelden is more muted. Its fashion's quite old. But I like the people of this city very much.
Where did you live?
Orlais has many good things. But it is sometimes not so good to be... common? My brother had trouble with a chevalier and we departed shortly after.
What's a chevalier?
You know so little of Orlais here. The chevaliers are knights of the highest order. They are the most skilled in the world. Their discipline,
formidable. For their service, they're allowed privileges. They can do whatever they want to the lesser born.
What sort of trouble did you get in?
A chevalier took an interest in me. It was his right, but it was unwelcome. Incensed, my brother hit him over the head with a pot. Such a thing is almost treason. We left that very night and came here.
Those beasts are allowed to rape women. But what about... But what your brother did was... but what your brother did is right.
Perhaps in your lands, but not in my kingdom. Many revere the chevaliers for their skill, honor, and deeds. But others tread lightly. As lightly as the mouse in the cat's den. If you will excuse me, I feel a touch lightheaded. It is a pleasure. Or perhaps you tire of the smells of the city.
I want something more practical.
And smelling good is not. Ferelden is no longer full of barbarians. People judge with their noses as well.
Come on, stop with the bullshit and sell me stuff.
But you look more armed than most of my patrons. Perhaps you seek the armor smith, Wade. Then to the south? He is quite the artiste, yes.
What's there to see in the market?
Much of the city is still a mystery to me, but the markets is like my home. Circle and sorcered objects can be found in the wonders of Thedas, in the alleyway north. The armorer, Wade, and his emporium are just... And if your thirst is strong,
blah blah blah.
head to the Nord no...
Let's see what she has in stock.
Or perhaps you tire of the smells of the city.
Oh, never mind, she doesn't have anything. Okay. Goldanna's house. Goldanna is part of Alistair's personal quest. We can do that. And then there's Wade's emporium.
That's my sister's house.
Oh.
I'm almost sure of it. This is the right address. She could be inside. Could we go and see?
Yes, let's do that.
Will she even know who I am? Does she even know I exist? My sister. That sounds very strange. Sister. Oh, now I'm babbling. Maybe we should go. Let's go. Let's just go.
Okay, I guess we'll go in then.
Hello?
Hey, you have linens to wash? I charge 3 bits on a bundle. You won't find better. And don't trust what that Natalia woman tells you either. She's foreign and she'll rob you blind.
I'm not here to have any wash done. My name's Alistair. Well, this may sound sort of strange, but are you Goldanna? If so, I suppose I'm your brother.
My what? I am Goldanna, yes. How do you know my name? What kind of tomfoolery are you folk up to?
Also, right, this is also the point where I can harden Alistair. And what harden it means is that he'll basically view the world differently. How he does right now, and it has some impact in the game, and I will harden him because I want to do something at the late stages of the game. So he's telling the truth. Listen to him. Or are you sure your information was correct, Alistair?
Yes, I think so. I'm sure of it, in fact. Look, our mother, she worked as a servant in Redcliffe Castle a long time ago before she died. Do you know about that?
You! I knew it! They told me you was dead. They told me the babe was dead along with mother, but I knew they was lying.
They told you I was dead? Who? Who told you that?
Them's at the castle. I told them the babe was the king's and they said he was dead. Gave me a coin to shut my mouth and sent me on my way. I knew it.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that. The babe didn't die. I'm him. I'm your brother.
For all the good it does me. You killed Mother, you did, and I've had to scrape by all this time. That coin didn't last long, and when I went back, they ran me off.
That's hardly Alistair's fault, is it?
And who in the Maker's name are you? Some servant of his to carry all his riches, I expect.
Hey, don't speak to him that way. He's my friend. And a Grey Warden, just like me.
Oh, I see. A prince and a Grey Warden too. Well, who am I to think poorly of someone so high and mighty compared to me? I don't know you, boy. Your royal father forced himself on my mother and took her away from me. And what do I got to show for it? Nothing. They tricked me good. I should have told everyone. I got 5 mouths to feed. And unless you can help with that, I got less than no use for you.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Goldanna, Alistair came here hoping to find his family.
Well? So he's found it. I'm his sister. But what are you to me, boy? Except the one who took my mother away,
You think I wished her dead? I never wanted that. I didn't have the life you think I did, Goldanna.
I suppose not. A bastard is still a bastard, isn't he? But... brother or no, I've got 5 mouths to feed and no time to spare until they are.
And let me promise you this, Goldanna. I'll do whatever I can. Speak to whomever I have to ensure you and your children are taken care of.
That sounds all well and fine. But you'll have to forgive me if I don't exactly hold my breath.
You have my promise. I can't give you more than that. Let's go. I want to go. Goodbye, sister.
So yeah, that didn't really go the way Alistair expected. He probably expected a happy ending.
That was not what I expected, to put it lightly. I lived up to my promise, I suppose, but this is the family I've been wondering about all my life? I can't believe it. I guess I was expecting her to accept me without question. Isn't that what family is supposed to do? I feel like a complete idiot.
So what we say in here determines if Alistair will become hardened or not. So now that Alistair knows that not everything works the way he thinks it's gonna work, or I don't know how to actually say that in a way that it makes sense. But yeah, if I choose this option, everyone is out for themselves, you should learn that. Then Alistair is gonna think more about what he wants to do and what's better for the greater good instead of what he feels things should be going on. I don't know how to say that, but you know what I mean. So yeah, let's pick this option. Everyone is out for themselves, you should learn that.
Yes, I suppose you're right. I should. Let's just go. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Or hopefully that did it. I'm gonna look that up after this video. And I'm gonna talk to the other merchants here and then I'll probably save, because we've done a lot of things in this episode. And also the game is glitching so badly then that I kinda wanna figure something out on how to fix that thing. But let's go to Wade's Emporium next. Talk to Wade. Oh yeah, Denerim is super glitchy right now. Can I open that chest back there?
I shall.
I can. Ah, shit.
Welcome, friends. Welcome to Wade's Emporium. We have the finest armors in Denerim, maybe in all of Ferelden. How may we assist you?
Let me see what you have for sale.
Certainly.
So Wade's Wade sells some pretty good stuff. Well, I guess. Or not. Not really. Yeah, I think I wanna do something to get rid of the glitches here. So yeah, that's it for this episode. Not a lot of action, mostly talking, and the subsequent episodes will be mostly talking as well. Let's put Denerim. So yeah, see you later.